Morocco, a kingdom shrouded in mystery? When we talk about Morocco, we're talking about a country of people born in the outer reaches of the vast and majestic Sahara Desert, growing up with sand, heat, and surviving and thriving with delicious cuisine and rich ancient history. Truly, amongst the deep golden sands and the scorching blue skies, everybody has always wanted a piece of Morocco, and when you scratch under the surface, it's not hard to see why. Morocco, a mystical nation, a true meeting point of cultures, history, and ideas. The country itself sits at the junction of North Africa and Europe and has a rich history assimilated with cultures such as Roman, French, Arabic, and Spanish, as well as many more civilizations. Incredibly diverse cultures make up Morocco, which is found in a country roughly the size of California at 172,000 square miles. What makes Morocco is the fact it isn't just one language or one culture, but a meeting place for many. When we talk about who Moroccans are, that's a pretty hard question these days, but the Berber people are said to be some of the first people to inhabit this gorgeous gem on the Atlantic and Mediterranean coasts. Berbers are the indigenous ethnic population of the Maghreb region of North Africa, and as a collective are known as the Berbers or Amazigh in English. The Maghreb region covers vast areas of North Africa, covering countries such as Libya, Tunisia, Algeria, Mauritania, and of course Morocco, but these people also lived in such far-flung places as the Canary Islands, where you might have been on vacation to bathe by the pool, and it has been proven through DNA-based research that these people, the Berbers, were in fact the first inhabitants of the Canary Islands, just off the coast of Morocco. So they didn't just survive the desert, they survived the sea too, and were masters of their land. The Berber women of Morocco are covered in tattoos, particularly ancient facial tattoos which predate Islam's involvement in the area. Amazigh is a term similar to Berber to describe the Berber people, and the tattoos were used to portray both marital and varying social status. The plural form Amazighan is sometimes also used, and you may have heard it, and the Berber people are famed throughout the world to be able to survive the harsh conditions of the Sahara Desert, some choosing to live in the desolate scorching dry heat instead of built-up cities and towns. That sounds truly impressive, and best to leave it to the experts in survival, which the Berbers truly are. Berber whiskey isn't what you think it is, and if you drink plenty of it, you might get a sugar rush and quench your thirst under the Moroccan night sky, but you won't be under the influence of alcohol. Nope, that's because it isn't alcoholic. Berber whiskey is in fact a kind of tea. It was introduced to Morocco by the British, and in essence it's a Chinese green tea deliciously brewed with mint leaves and a ton of sugar. You can't truly call yourself a visitor of the land of Morocco unless you refresh yourself in the desert sun with this mystical beverage. Talking of beverages that do in fact contain alcohol, good wine has been produced in Morocco for around 2,000 years. The Romans were the first to do so. The vineyards were abandoned when Islam arrived in the region around the 7th century, where alcohol is forbidden, but they were reopened by the French when they took control of Morocco. Moroccan wine has long been one of the top-selling wine brands in France and around Europe. It isn't all drinks though. If there is one thing that any visitor to Morocco could attest to without a doubt, it is the delectable cuisine. Morocco has one of the top cuisines in the world. Whatever your preference in food, this country has it covered, whether it's kefta tagine, couscous, zeylac, fish chermoula, or harira. There are many gourmet pleasures you may enjoy. Morocco is undoubtedly the ideal travel destination for foodies. There are so many things to learn and see in this magical land that it is difficult not to be tempted to pay a visit and get to indulge in its culture, history, and natural beauty. Moroccan cuisine was actually ranked as the second best destination for food lovers in 2015. You can expect to find Moroccan cuisine restaurants packed to the brim with customers in many European cities. Famous artists, writers, and filmmakers truly find a sanctuary in Morocco. One of the most well-liked movie locations in the entire world is Morocco. Even if you are not a fan of the most watched show in history, Game of Thrones, you must have come across at least one of the many European and Hollywood films that were shot in Morocco, such as Mission Impossible, The Mummy Returns, and The Hunger Games. So, break a leg. Bollywood is also a huge fan of this magical location to film, which is a huge deal as Bollywood in the 21st century is no joke, amassing billions of dollars through their film industry. Morocco's rich history and dramatic backdrop is all part of the magic of the movies shot there. It's no surprise Morocco is one of the most popular film locations in the world. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, then you may have unknowingly traveled to the dazzling land, as most of the scenes in the continent of Essos and the constituent of Dorne were shot there. leaving the most incredible film until last. In my personal opinion, the film Casablanca was of course also filmed there, named after the famous city. Casablanca, also known as Dar al-Baida in Arabic, and also sometimes mistaken as the capital of Morocco, is the largest city in Morocco, and also the Maghreb region, also with the largest population. It's also the 8th largest city in the Arab world. Before the 15th century, its ancient name was Amfa, and its population is made up of 3.7 million people. It serves as Morocco's main port, and its financial center. It's a hub for business and economic activity, so if there's something going on with money, business, entertainment, or film, Casablanca probably has something to do with it. Despite being in Africa, Morocco is technically a part of both the African and European continents due to its proximity to Europe, but that is exactly what makes this dry gem of the Atlantic and Mediterranean coast so regal. Speaking of royalty, the king is the head of state and national religious leader of Morocco, but Morocco also has a prime minister, not unlike the United Kingdom and many other countries, who is the head of the government. The current Moroccan king is the 23rd king from the House of Al-Uaid, who came to royal Morocco in the year 1631 and claims descent from the Islamic prophet Muhammad bin Abdullah. That's quite a claim. According to estimations from 2015, the Moroccan king is the 5th richest person in Africa. With a net worth of $5.7 billion, King Mohammed VI was ranked 5th on Forbes' list of the 50 richest Africans. He has also been on Forbes' lists of the 12 richest kings in the world on numerous occasions. You could definitely say he's loaded. The second oldest living dynasty in the world, King Mohammed VI of Morocco, now reigns over Morocco. The national animal of Morocco is the barbaric lion, aka the Barbary lion, but also known as the Atlas lion or North African lion. It's said to be a symbol of bravery but is now extinct, sadly killed forevermore in 1922. The flag of Morocco dates from 1912, however, and is red with a green star, known as Solomon's seal. Like many of the colors seen in the country, the colors are traditional Arabic colors, and represent the 5 pillars of Islam. While Arabic and Berber are the primary languages spoken in Morocco and Arabs and Berbers make up the majority of the population, moving from one region to another can give you the impression that you've entered a different country. For instance, in the capital city, Rabat, you might feel as though you're walking through side streets in France, but as you move further north, this French influence is replaced by others. In Morocco, this comes with the territory. Morocco is only 8 miles from Europe across the Strait of Gibraltar, and as a result of this geographic proximity, you can feel European influences, particularly Spanish ones, in places like Tangier where the Andalusian culture binds Moroccan and Spanish cultures together very strongly. Spain even has an exclave on the north coast of Morocco, meaning you can, although not technically, but in essence, visit Spain, in Morocco. The area is known as Ceuta, a Spanish exclave military post and free port on the coast of Morocco, at the Mediterranean entrance to the Strait of Gibraltar. Ceuta is an autonomous city administered by Spain. Additionally, because of Morocco's history with French colonialism, you can also feel French influences, starting with the French language, which is practically a native tongue for Moroccans. Both Berber and French, as well as Moroccan Arabic, are commonly used. Talking of Morocco's relationship with other countries, Morocco was the first nation in the world to recognize the United States of America. The Moroccan-American Pact of Friendship, which was signed in 1786 and is now the U.S.'s oldest surviving friendship pact, was declared by Mohammed III in December of that year. The highest peak in the area is the Toubkal mountain peak in southwestern Morocco. It is also one of the most well-liked climbing locations nearby the city of Marrakesh. At 13,671 feet high, Toubkal is the highest peak in the Atlas Mountains of North Africa and the Arab world. Talking of records, Morocco also has a long history of education. The university at Kairouan in Fez, Morocco, was founded in the year 859 and is currently the oldest continuously operating educational institution in the world. How about that? This institution served as the birthplace of some of the greatest minds in human history, most notably historian and philosopher Ibn Khaldun, who is best known for his book The Muqaddimah and had a significant impact on Western thought. If sitting around and drinking tea is a little too calm for you, and you have a larger appetite for speed and luxury, You might be interested to know that a certain wood from Morocco was the first boiled wood to be used by Rolls-Royce in producing luxury dashboards for their cars because this wood has essentially always been synonymous with wealth and luxury. The rare wood Morocco possesses has been sought after since Roman times and is such a rare type of wood that it can only be found in the western foothills of the Atlas Mountains. So whether you find this vast landscape majestic or mysterious, there really is no questioning the magic of Morocco. But what do you think? Leave a comment below and like this video and subscribe if you want to see more where this came from. I truly appreciate it. Take it easy, and see you next time.